Happy Monday to everyone. Hopefully, everybody enjoyed the weekend. Yeah, I somewhat did, other than having a little stomach bug, but I'm better now, ready to start the week. So, we're going to talk about an interesting question that I got. It's a pretty long email, so I'm just going to sum it up. Basically, one of my fellow subscribers, he just started driving trucks. He's about a month in solo. Since he's been solo, he struggles, to back. He's afraid, to back between two trucks. Every time he goes to a shipper or receiver, he's always been to a place where he has like all the space in the world, and he's never really had to alley dock between two trucks. As far as when he was in his training, he was telling me his trainer wouldn't let him back. All his trainer let him do was drive because I guess he took too long to get it in. When it comes to him finding parking, he always looks for the pull throughs. He always goes to like the rest area, or he just parks on the ramp because he's too afraid, to back at a truck stop. Now, I'm gonna be completely honest with you. I kind of fault you for this as far as the backing because if you're in training, there's no reason why you didn't get a chance to back. Now, I get it. Some trainers are impatient, but you as a student, it's your job to make sure you learn everything you need to learn in the training phase. So if your trainer wasn't letting you back, you should have been calling, your counselor or whoever and let them know, hey, my trainer's not letting me back because him doing all the backing for you, it didn't benefit you because now, you're struggling out here by yourself. Now, you said you're afraid to back between two trucks. Now, I get it. It can be intimidating. I get it. Especially when you're backing by owner operator because that's their equipment, I get it. As far as the backing at the truck stops, it's gonna be times where you're just gonna have to back it between two trucks. It's not always gonna be, ample amount of space and ample amount of parking spots. So sometimes, you're just gonna have to get it in there. It's no race. It does not matter how long it takes you. If it takes you 1 minute, it takes you 1 minute. If it takes you 15 minutes, 30 minutes, however long it takes you, it's just however long it takes you. Who cares who's watching? Don't worry about what other people have to say. Now, as I've said since I made this channel, always get out and look. Just get out and look. As long as you get out and look, you shouldn't have any issues. Just take your time with it. Now, of course, depending on the time of day that you go on the truck stop, like if you're trying to park at like 7, 8 o'clock at night, then yeah, everybody in the truck stop's gonna be watching. But like I said, don't pay that any mind. As long as you don't hit anything, that's all that matters. As long as you're within those lines, that's all that matters. I recommend that you stop taking the easy way out. As far as the pull throughs, yes, pull throughs are ideal, but like I said, you're never gonna learn if you do pull throughs because it's gonna be a time where you can't get a pull through. Now you mentioned all the places you've backed at so far. You've had all the space in the world. I hate to break it to you, you're not always gonna have that. Fortunately, you've been lucky. You said your first month, you really haven't gone to any tight place. Now, if you go to like in the city, like if you go to like New York City, Chicago, Atlanta, Houston, Dallas, it's gonna be some places that you go to, it's gonna be tight. Now, from your email, I can tell, you're still struggling to back, which is fine because you're new. That's fine. I recommend, in the daytime, just go to a truck stop and just practice backing. Just practice because that's the only way you're gonna get better. Is just practice and that reputation, the reps. Just practice. You know, as you know, your clock won't put you on duty as long as you're going under 5 miles an hour. You're fine. So just practice. You know, I don't recommend that you practice. Alley docking when it's jam packed. Do that in the daytime. But like I said, sometimes you're gonna have no other choice but to get that in because, as you know, we run on ELD. So when your clock runs out, you just gonna have to get it in there. You know, um, practice your blind side because there's gonna be times. I hate to break it to you, it's gonna be times where you're gonna have to blind side. Like my first load solo, I'll never forget it. I was in Oklahoma City. I had the blind side off the street. You know, it took me forever in a day to get it in there, but luckily it was a local guy who goes to that place every single day, so he already knew how to set up. So he guided me in. Now, of course, when you're backing, it's going to be people that offer to help, That's up to you if you take the help, but being that you're only a month in the game, you need to be a sponge. Take as much knowledge, take as much tips as you can. You might get somebody that's going to just say, let me back it in for you. Don't do it. Because if they mess up your truck, that's not going to be on them. That's on you, you know? So, like I said, just practice, practice, practice. Take your time. Don't worry about who's watching. Don't worry about who's laughing. Don't worry about it. Just do you. Take your time with it. All right. So, hopefully, this video helps anybody else, that struggles to back. Like I said, just take your time, take your time, take your time. Do you get that in looks? And you'll be fine. And also, your setup is everything, If you struggle on how to do a setup, at 45, go on YouTube. There's plenty of videos on YouTube that show you exactly how to do a 45 or a 90. Because as I said in other videos, you're not always going to have the same setup every time. Sometimes you're going to have to do a full 90 degree to get it in the spot. It is what it is. So that's pretty much all the tips I can tell you and give you, just take your time and just practice. All right, y'all. So I'm gonna go ahead and wrap this video up. If you liked the video, hit the thumbs up. If you didn't, hit the thumbs up anyway. And as I always tell y'all take it easy, stay safe.